March 30th, 2015. I'm HM2 Apollo Silva, and you're watching March's edition of Hospital Hotspot, our news program that brings you the latest news, events, and features from USNH Naples.
This month, our hotspot focus is Care for the Caregiver. Chaplain Myhand will be giving us some tips on preventing caregiver fatigue. But first, let's bring you in the news and on the calendar. March is a month full of VIPs visiting USNH Naples. Vice Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral Michelle Howard, visited our hospital and toured the facility. She expressed her thanks for our commitment to caring for our sailors and beneficiaries in the area. Also visiting was the Inspector General. While in Naples for a Naval Support Activity visit, the medical advisor, Captain Myhand, toured the facility and met with senior hospital leadership. Several of our shipmates also participated in queries and questions with the IG staff on the quality of life here in the area. On March 3rd, USNH Naples celebrated the 144th birthday of the Medical Corps. Our Medical Corps officers provide quality medical care to our beneficiaries and help provide a high state of medical readiness for our sailors and Marines. Thank you for your dedication and happy birthday. Also this month, the USNH Naples hosted a Caregiver Operational Stress Control Train the Trainer course taught by the Naval Center for Combat and Operational Stress Control. Participants from 5 European military treatment facilities participated in this training, learning how to promote the resilience of caregivers, strengthen unit cohesion, and increase peer intervention. Later on in the show, you will see some of the techniques they learned to relieve stress. Don't forget to change your clocks this week as we spring forward. I hope the extra daylight and spring weather will motivate you to get moving and prepare for the upcoming PRT. That's all for this week's In the News. Now let's go to HM2 Silva for On the Calendar.
In April, U.S. Naval Hospital Naples will recognize Sexual Assault Prevention and Response Month. There are several activities planned to demonstrate our commitment to prevent and respond to sexual assault. On April 17th, the hospital will be hosting a silent march beginning at the hospital at 0600. We are also planning a 5K on April 18th and a Victims Advocate Dinner on April 23rd. We hope all staff and our beneficiaries can participate. Are you a motivated USNH staff member looking to do more at this command? Check out the plan of the week. With PCS season around the corner, there are a variety of collateral duties opening up and being advertised in the POW. If interested, please apply. As Lieutenant Rooney mentioned, our PRT is right around the corner. Mock body composition assessments are being offered on April 17th from 0645 to 0800. If you haven't completed your Part of Q, please do so before April 3rd. If you haven't heard, the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society Fund Drive is going on through April 16th. The Society provides financial assistance and education, as well as other programs and services to members of the Navy and Marine Corps and their eligible family members. It's a great opportunity to pay it forward to a shipmate in need. For more information on donating, please contact Lieutenant Kramer or Chief Gordon. That's all for this month's On the Calendar. Now for our special feature on Care for the Caregiver. Hello again. As we mentioned earlier in our news segment, USNH Naples hosted a Caregiver Operational Stress Control Train the Trainer course. We hear the phrase shipmate self a lot throughout Navy medicine, but how do we really take care of ourselves? This class taught several of our shipmates some tools for caregiver resiliency, and today with us is Chaplain Myhand, who has many advice on this topic and this course. Thank you for being with us today, Chaplain.
Well, thank you for allowing me to be with you today.
Thank you. Right. As healthcare professionals, we spend a lot of time trying to take care of our patients and making them well. What are some tips to prevent or limit provider fatigue?
Well, I would encourage all the caregiver providers to take care of themselves through various means. One is, PT. Right now, as we're about latter part of March, as we go into April, great time to start getting outside. Daylight savings time about to kick in. So, be out there running, cycling, or if we still have to be a gerbil, we can still go off in the gym and do the elliptical, running, weightlifting, get some pump fatigue going on. That's just kind of physical exercises that can help the healthcare provider. Also, reading, that relieves stress, or maybe walking a dog, or spending time with your family, going out and getting a great meal here in Italy. There's just a variety of ways that a healthcare provider can take care of themselves.
Great, thank you. Now, I know here at the hospital and the command, you have all the personnel marked on a a stress continuum on a monthly basis. What happens when we complete this survey?
Okay, that survey pops up, as everyone knows, once a month. And, green, yellow, orange, or red, good to go, reacting, injured, or ill. And if you push the green, or when you push the green or yellow button, nothing happens. But if you push the orange button, which is injured, or the red button, which is ill, then your name will come to me on my computer. And then I will know if you're in those categories. Now, by me being a chaplain, it's okay because absolute confidentiality. No one in the whole hospital knows that you checked in the orange or the red except for me. And since it's absolute confidentiality, I do report back to the CO once a month, but even I do not share with him the names of our shipmates or others who check orange or red. Then at the end of about every 6 months, I will report back to the ESC and let them know what the trends are that's going on in our hospital. Take for instance, the month of March is usually a fairly intensive, stressful month for a lot of people. I think a lot of it has to do with we've been cooped up for about 4 months since October of this past year when daylight savings time, we lose an hour. And then over a period of 4 months, not a lot of daylight, not a lot of opportunities to be outside. Then the stress builds up. And then about this time when we have more sunlight, things start calming down again until we get into the PFA cycle and the PCSing cycle. Then stress levels jump back up. So with the continuum, I'm usually able to keep a good pulse rate on what's going on in our whole command.
That's good to hear. Now, as staff members, what are some tips that we can do to help out any sailors that seem like they are in need?
Well, by way of us just, for me, walking around, deck plate ministry is what I call it. I just keep an eye on everybody, and I can usually tell if something's bugging them, and I'll just say, hey, shipmate, what's up? Or, hey, can you tell me what's going on? It's just something as simple as asking someone, hey, what's going on? It's just simple. Just ask. Even before we had this interview, I had Lieutenant Cobra come up to me and say, hey, chaps, what's going on? You okay? And it's fine. I mean, I'm grateful. She asked, hey, how's Chaplain doing?
All right, well, thank you, Commander, for all those helpful tips that we can use on our everyday life. It is important that we take care of ourselves so we remain fully operational and mission ready. Back to you, LT.
That's all today on Hospital Hotspot. Remember, you can always keep up with USNH Naples by following us on Facebook. Before we leave you, check out our Caregiver for the Caregiver team and a great way to relieve stress. See you next month. Until then, for USNH Naples Public Affairs Office, I'm Lieutenant Kate Rooney.
And I'm HM2 Paula Silva, and we'll continue to lead the change to better health.